Hello, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. So we're just continuing from the last video where I was showing you food from our motherland, Zimbabwe. So today I am going to carry on and I'm going to do oxtail. Cooked without any oil, and I'm also going to show you just a quick and easy way of cooking oxtail without having to spend hours and hours boiling it. So I'll talk you through why I use the skillet and how quick it is to cook things like oxtail and your bones and your tripe and things like that. Okay, so stay tuned. So I am going to cook the oxtail in the bad boy. We call it the electric skillet, but also the bad boy because it is a must-have in every kitchen. Why do I use the bad boy when I'm cooking my oxtail? Well, first and foremost, I can put it on a timer so I don't have to be pot watching. I'll set it up for 45 minutes. My oxtail will be cooked off the bone. Right, so as you can see, I've preheated it at 230, so it's nice and ready, preheated. There isn't any oil in there, as you can see. So all I'm going to do, there's my oxtail. So I'm gonna put the fat side down, just like that. I mean, you can put as much as you want. You can, it's entirely up to you, but for my size of the family, this is more than enough. Now that the oxtail is there and I've sort of sealed all the juices in my oxtail, so I'm now going to add the ingredients. Again, you know, I like to add everything in there. I mean, there's no messing about. So I'm just gonna pour teaspoon of ginger. I mean, you can be your own judge how much, I always say this, how much of the ginger and the garlic. I mean, just like 2-4 cloves of garlic, if that. And then I've used 2 onions because I like a bit of onion. The fact that you put it all in there together. And then I am going to put just 1 tin of tomato, but then again, it's optional. The reason why I put 1 is because I don't want the tomatoes or the spices that I use to take over, you know, the flavor of the actual oxtail. So I tend to, I mean, because I cook in the electric skillet, it allows me to actually taste. I could easily cook this without any spices and it would taste good. But it's also good to sort of add the spices just to add that little bit of flavor. But I don't like to put too much because I still want to taste that oxtail, if you know what I mean. So I put a little bit of all-purpose. It's one of my favorites actually. It's all-purpose. So when it comes to spices, it's really optional what you oh, this is one of my all-time favorite, Raja curry powder. Ha ha ha, I like it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. So when it comes to spices, really it's optional. It's optional what you want, right? And the Himalayan salt, which is the healthy version. A little bit. Bear in mind there is salt in these spices, so you don't really want that much. Now you can see I have not added any water. Okay, why? Because the electric skillet allows then the meat to cook in its own natural juices without having to add any water. So I've added all my ingredients and all I need to do is just put the lid on. Okay? So you can see there's a lot of water in there that has just naturally come out of the meat itself, and I just let it cook in those natural juices. So I'll let that cook for a good 45 minutes in the electric. Now my oxtail has been cooking for a good 15-20 minutes in its own natural juices. So at this point I am going to add water, which is about 2 cups, because I want it to really come off the bone. So I'll use 2.5 cups and just let it cook. Now the oxtail has been cooking for 35 minutes now. Let's have a look. Wow, it's cooking nicely, as you can see. I think I'll give it another 5 to 10 minutes. It will be literally coming off the bone. Look at that. The juice is all sealed in there. Now the oxtail has been cooking for the last 45 minutes, so we are on a countdown. It's done, it's ready. So I'm going to show you cooking obviously in a skillet. I don't have to pot watch. I'm not worried about it burning because it's on a timer, and the fact that it retains, you know, the flavors of the oxtail. Even when I cook, as I'm cooking, you come into a room, you can't even smell it. So let me just show you where we are. I think we are done. This is 45 minutes, and look at that. Cooked off the bone, honestly, off the bone. That's cooked. That's and cooked oxtail. Now some people prefer it as it is, but today I'm just gonna do oxtail with a twist. So I'm going to add spinach right at the end. You can see the skillet is off, but it can still cook the spinach because it's hot. It's still hot. That's a lot of spinach. It's only one bunch. I'm just gonna cover it and let it cook. Now it's time to reveal the oxtail. So normally, like I said earlier, some people, they just want oxtail as it is, but I've just sort of done it with a twist and I've added spinach to it. So here is the final dish for the oxtail. There we go. Oh, my mouth is watering already. Look at that.